In this video, I'm going to show you how to take almost any idea or visual reference and turn it into an entire design system for whatever it is you're building, whether it's an app or websites or custom plugins, whatever. In this case, we're going to be theming out a custom Obsidian plugin and the entire Obsidian Vault around it. I'll show you a couple different ways that you can find direction or inspiration and how you turn the winning idea into DESIGN.md that builds everything out. Then I'll build out the two separate styling layers with you guys, and I'll also show you where you can get this plugin for yourself if you want to follow along. Let's get into it. You don't necessarily need your own plugin or a dashboard or any sort of system like this for this to be relevant for you, because there are two visual layers here. The first one is, like I was saying, the command center that we're building out here today, but the second is also your Obsidian theme itself, right? And that's the sidebar, the ribbons, the tabs, how your Markdown is laid out. I want these to work together. I want it to look like one cohesive, consistent product. So if I've got the dashboard open, it matches the rest of my Obsidian Vault. But the thing about what we're doing today is that there's not one way to get there, and there's not one right answer. Design is pretty subjective. However, we are working towards one common goal, and that's the design.md. Something I've been leaning on a lot lately is the Impeccable skill, which is actually a set of commands you can give your AI agent to make it not look like AI generations. And this goes through, 23 different commands, right? So it goes through like typography, it goes through layout, design, UX. In context, what it does is when you have a product, it respects your design system, says inherits your tokens, components, conventions, right? Instead of overwriting them and building whatever it wants. Then it goes and gets the context of the product and develops DESIGN.md, which is, like it says, a Google Stitch format that has been adopted as kind of like the universal go-to. And from there, you can craft it into something rad, right? This is an example website that the Impeccable skill built with the DESIGN.md format. This is what we're going to be using today, but you still need to find like your direction, like your visual inspiration or whatever. And of course, that is where there are a million right answers. Okay, so you saw here it mentions Google Stitch. That's actually a really great place to start. Sometimes it does some great work. I had it design a mobile app for me at one point, and I wanted to be like comic book sort of fun, and I think it did a great job here. It's not always this clean. Of course, you need to give it some visual references and that sort of thing. So I mean, honestly, like taking a picture of something that you think looks cool, that's a great place to start. I took a picture of the Ultimate Spider-Man game from PS2 from like 2002 or something like that, and it came up with this, which I thought looked great. There's also a bunch of different websites you can go to where you can just import or download the DESIGN.md, like Get Design, for example, right? Where it's got a bunch of different websites and real designs that are like live and working currently. We don't have to download it from Get Design. I know they might be mad at me for saying things like this, but you can honestly download this and then have Impeccable create a DESIGN.md from here. There's also skills like Awesome Design, which is, I think, based on the Claude design skill. There's always like good old Pinterest. There's a million different ways you could go. And one of my favorites that I actually still use all the time is like good old ChatGPT or like Grok Image. I think one of the fastest ways to go is just explain what you're thinking visually in your head, right? Like the idea you had, maybe give some visual references, and then attach screenshots of your actual product, and then have it mock up what that would look like in line with your artistic vision or whatever, right? So again, there are so many ways to get here, but let me just show you with the new ChatGPT model and see what we come up with, okay? I found an image that I liked, that I wanted to go, and this is kind of the inspiration for how I want to theme my vault. The reason being, I just finished watching Men in Black with my kids, and the character K kind of like, I really liked it, you know, the whole space cowboy thing, right? How he's like fighting aliens and whatnot, but like always listening to cowboy music. So I kind of liked this image because it looks like there's a couple planets in there and how the stars works out. Like the Roswell sort of like retro sci-fi kind of thing. Anyway, so this image is how I want to theme my vault. Then honestly, just go in and talk to whatever AI you're using and explain what it is you're doing here. Whether it's Stitch or Grok or I'm using ChatGPT, whatever it is, it doesn't matter, but just go in and tell it what we're gonna do. So I've actually gone ahead and written a lot of these prompts, or like baseline prompts, ahead of time. So I'll make sure to leave that in the description as well so you can follow along. But I've got a baseline, analyze, inspiration, image, and get a design reference. So I'm gonna copy this here, go back to ChatGPT, right? So I've attached the inspiration image and all of the dashboard screenshots, right? There's my content intelligence layer and whatnot. Whoops. So now let's just go ahead and see what it comes up with. Perfect. That's actually pretty sick, right? So if we look at these side by side, the reference image and the mockup, it's pretty good, right? Like I'm digging the orange and blue. If I wanted to tweak this at all, I could. Can you also generate a light mode? I'm giving it like the most vague prompts of all time, but like you see where I'm going with this, right? Like here's what I want. Here's the product I have. Let's get this going. I was playing around with this a little bit earlier, and I kind of like this guy. Same sort of like cowboy aesthetic. So let's use this dude. And then we'll just go in and generate a design.md for this particular thing and apply it to our actual skin. Okay, so let's go and I'm gonna click Codex. Boop. And then let's just do the same thing. We'll go to my downloads folder, copy as path. Boop. Here is the reference image. Then I'm just gonna go over here and copy the DESIGN.md prompt. I put in the name retrofuturist.design.md, give this to Codex, and then it's gonna go ahead and kick butt. It's gonna go through and make a plan and do exactly what we needed, okay? All right, so the to-do list is done. We got the plan complete, mission accomplished, and it says it created the theme in this location with the DESIGN.md. The DESIGN.md is the goal. It's essentially the instructions on exactly what we want this to look like, so that's all you need moving forward. And it also says this is the only asset that was added, no CSS, no implementation, sidecar, or anything like that. That is because I explicitly told it this is the only asset I want. That's why it says no other assets were added, because otherwise it would have just gone ahead, assumed the goal, and like kept working towards it. Anyway, like I said, the design.md is the entire like theming package. Like if we go back to Google Stitch, all of these were created strictly from the DESIGN.md, okay? So they took Google's format because it works really well, and this is enough to inform any agent to keep a consistent theme across the board. I can hand this to anything and it would know exactly what to do. So with that, let's start theming this thing out. Like I said, I've got these things ahead of time, so it says build the AIOS command center dashboard styling layer from the approved design.md. So what this is saying is follow the directions, essentially, scope it to the actual plugin, make sure there's a readable light and dark mode, and don't commit until we have approved what it actually looks like. Settings. Okay, so it generated some mockups, right? Here's your settings, there's your config and stuff. Looks good, but I didn't like that it doesn't match what we had, right? Like what we had was this for our light mode, which is distinctly different than what we got here. So I just told it really quickly, it was like, hey, use your image generation to get some assets that we can use to make this look like nice, right? But I do want like the metrics card or like background blocks to have some texture, some fun, right? Like this is kind of more what I was going for. So I gave it this reference and we're gonna see what it comes with. Just a little tweaking. We've got our overview dark. That looks pretty cool. Overview light, also pretty cool. So what I like to do just to visualize this is let's take all of these guys right here and put them onto a canvas. There's our canvas. Let's zoom in. Which one do we like better? A or B, 1 or 2? I kind of like the stencil, and that's what I thought I would kind of lean towards, because this is like a little bit country, a little too cowboy, whereas this stencil kind of gives it the juxtaposition, like that's a big word, whatever the fuck, the contrast that I was looking for between like the dusty old west and then the futuristic space cowboy kind of thing. So I think we'll go with option B. The super cool thing and why I like Impeccable Craft is that I know this will work. It's different than going to ChatGPT and just like seeing the visualization, because this is just an image, whereas this is taken the actual app and like respected those boundaries and how it's put together so that it can like generate this and it'll actually work out. All right, so I'm gonna say approve option B, both light and dark, and apply to Obsidian. I had a prompt for this though, so let me just grab that real quick. Pimp My Vault prompts. I'm actually kind of like really happy with how this turned out. I went with this because it's a little bit different than what everybody else is doing. There's a lot of like cyberpunk sort of themes that are out there, and I just wanted you guys to like think outside the box. Like I did another one, like I was saying, with like comic books, or you could do like unicorns if that's what you're into, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Like it's just nice to be able to go and skin this like literally however you want. All right, so talking to GPT saying go for it, and it's gonna go through and actually apply it to our dashboard. While it's doing this, I just wanna walk through what I've put together. So the idea behind the overview is just telling you essentially like the 3 big rock tasks that you have on the day. If you get these 3 things done, you're good to go. Then here's your daily drivers, which is essentially just a habit tracker, but it's like the 5 things that you dictate that like if you do these every day, things start to come together. Metrics are, you know, tracking, and then you can overlap these different graphs like with correlations, your heat maps, insights, and like really get a sense of like, okay, if I post videos on this, my revenue goes up, but my mood goes down, and just like how it all looks together. Content is the new one that I've been kind of in love with. It's just getting intelligence on the conversations in your space by like watching what people are talking about. And I do content because content is my business essentially, but like you could relate this to whatever, like the intelligence layer and having all of your tools in one spot, like one overview rather than logging into, you know, all your different social media platforms or your CRM or your email or your cold campaigns and all that stuff. Okay. So the other one is inbox, which is your ideas, things that need your attention, a CRM, and you can drag and drop this stuff. Boop. Pretty straightforward on the CRM side. And then just overall settings, configs, right? Okay, I guess moment of truth, eh? Boop. Oh, there it is. Okay, so here's your mockup. Here is your actual plugin. So we can click the content blocks, daily drivers, right? Add inbox. Here are your metrics. The images look the same. That's cool. Inbox triage. I dig this font, but I might change this. We can obviously tweak it. Did we apply it to the other pages? We did not. Okay, so I'm gonna go in and tell my AI that we didn't apply it to the metrics, content, inbox, CRM, and settings pages. So we'll just go, that looks great on the overview page, but we didn't apply the proper theme, font, backgrounds, and the stylistic awesome pieces to the other tabs. Okay, how'd we do? There you go. Background looks better. These are all the same-ish. So we've got this dialed in. I'm sure it looks better when it is full screen. Yes, it does look better when it's full screen. So now what we do is we go and we build out the theme for our Obsidian Vault. If I'm being completely honest, this has taken me a lot longer to film than I thought it would, just because the new GPT models are pretty slow. I'm happy with the way that things have gone. Like they're doing a really good output, but like that last edit took 20 minutes and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm looking at my watch, like, let's go. So I'm gonna maybe turn down the thinking level, right? We can go with medium default. And now that we know exactly what's going on, hopefully this is faster. So let's go into the prompt section here and just be like, yo, let's do the entire theme. We're just gonna do the exact same workflow where it's like, hey, draft this, show it to me before you install, and then when it's time, we'll do the install. For me, I think it's lesson learned. You can use the Soul Ultra for like overarching plan, like the execution and drafting out exactly what you're gonna do. And then I would use the lighter models because they're just super capable. Excellent. Looks like all of these are crossed off. Let me see. It's time for the grand reveal. There you go. I don't hate that. This is how they arrange the Markdown. Works well for me, I guess. The sidebar, I might like to tweak. Let's use the different font maybe. Can we use the IBM stencil style font for the sidebars as well? Also, can we have something where the mouse overs are different colors? Maybe in a gradient from lightest to darker or orange to blue or something like that. Just something fun for mouse overs with the root directories, similar to what we have going on right now with the theme that we've currently got enabled, because that's important to me. Love it. So it's gonna make that tweak. It says it's using Impeccable Craft for this refinement. That time it only worked for 4 minutes. Okay, definitely better though. We're going in the right direction. I'm gonna call it there. Obviously you would fiddle with this until it meets your needs. Implement these changes and call the theme Retro Futurist. Vamos. That one only took like a couple minutes. So definitely changing the model helps. So I think we landed in a pretty good spot, but let's say you wanted to tweak it, but you didn't really know how. There are some other skills that Impeccable has in its like toolkit that you can help out with that. Like Impeccable Audit will go and audit the theme, the layout, make sure like everything's readable. There's no overlapping weirdness or contrast or whatever. Also Impeccable Polish, just again, polishes it. Make sure that it's in line with like the design best practices, that, you know, your color selection is okay. Like I said, I think we landed in a pretty good spot with GPT and Impeccable from the top, but if you are not happy after this has gone through its sort of like run, you can use these skills and it'll get a little bit closer to. But for our purposes, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna see how this looks in context in the Obsidian Vault. Hey, that works. Yes! Just a quick refresh and we're good to go. So there you have it. We took our idea, we found a visual reference, and we turned it into a theme for our entire Obsidian workspace, not just our dashboard, but the actual vault itself. Like I was saying before, I'll leave the prompts in a GitHub gist or something for free. You can download these and work through this for yourself. If you want this exact command center for yourself with content, inbox, CRM, settings, the entire thing, I've packaged it up inside my school community. It's gonna be released with this video. It's all here for you, just waiting for you to customize for yourself. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. I hope you could take something away from this video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did, but also if you like this video, you're gonna love this one right here. So make sure to check that out and we'll catch you in the next one.